Desert. So as Giovanna was just saying, elevated fire danger is still an issue as we're looking live here from Palmdale, where it's already 93 degrees and winds at about 18 miles per hour. We could see gusts up to 40 today. So definitely be careful out there. Avoid anything that can cause a spark when we're dealing with weather like this. 74 out into Santa Monica right now. Temperatures are warming up quickly. The good news is we are starting to cool off a little bit more today. We saw some spotty showers, still very spotty, not anything close to what we saw yesterday. That's because that monsoon door has been open on the east. A lot of that staying out to the east of us today, though. So we are going to be dealing with some cooler temperatures, but also some warmer weather that is in the forecast. So when we're going to see those temperatures heat back up, and when we have a chance to see weather like we saw yesterday, too. So more chances of thunderstorms, spotty showers possible. We'll be talking about that coming up. I'll send it back over to you for now, Giovanna.
Okay, Brianna, thank you.
Although temperatures are still mild as you're stepping out the door, but nice to see a little more relief out there in the overnight hours, especially for the desert communities. I'm getting a live look from Hollywood right now. Activity's picking up there on Hollywood Boulevard. See a little bit of traffic there. 83 degrees. Temperatures are warming up. Again, not as warm as we were at this time yesterday. We're in the low 90s there for Lancaster and Palmdale. 82 degrees in Los Angeles and some 70s along the coastline. We're starting to warm up to some lower 80s in the Inland Empire, but Santa Clarita is warming up pretty quick at 88 degrees there. So our high is weakening. That's going to help us cool off. We still have a whole lot of monsoonal activity that's just to the east of us. We had just a few spotty showers that snuck in this morning. Not anything like what we saw yesterday with some brief heavy downpours. We do have the opportunity to see some more of this, though. So weather like yesterday, still in the forecast in the next 7 days. That's going to be happening as we head into next week. So Los Angeles and Orange County, we're not going to see many changes. It's really been nice for LA and OC lately. We're in the low 80s until about Saturday. And then as we head into the beginning of next week, that's when we start to see some changes. We start to see some warmer temperatures and we see some increase in clouds. It's going to start to feel a little muggy again. And then we have a chance to see those thunderstorms and some shower activity, mostly for the mountains and deserts, but that can always sneak in here for some of those other areas. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, we are in the low 90s today, upper 80s tomorrow. That is expected to be the coolest day over the next 7, close to normal on Friday at 90. And then we do start to warm it up again this weekend. So if you have any weekend plans, just know it is going to be feeling a little bit warmer again in the mid 90s. By the beginning of next week, we get warmer too, getting up to about 98 degrees. So some upper 90s can be feeling fairly hot as we head into next week. Beaches still just beautiful and mild, staying right in those 70s, low 70s over the next few days. And then we warm it up just to some mid 70s as we head into your Sunday with some morning clouds the next few days. And again, most of that should really be staying closer to the coast. Some of the coastal valleys will be seeing some of that cloud coverage. For the mountain communities, 82 degrees today. It is cooler than yesterday, partly cloudy skies. We did see a few spotty showers this morning. And as we head into the next few days, sunny skies, low 80s. And then as we head into next week, we start to see that shift again with some of that monsoonal weather that's going to be sneaking in here to Southern California. We're going to have some low 80s out there next week with 20% chance to see some thunderstorms for a few days. High desert, 98 today, finally getting a break in the Antelope Valley from triple digits. Gusts up to 40 miles per hour, though, so still elevated fire danger. It is dry, it is warm, and it is windy. As we head into next week, though, those triple digits return and more chances to see some thunderstorms. All right, Javon, I'll send it back to you.
Brianna, thank you.
7 day. For now, we're looking at some mild temperatures and some sunshine out there at LAX at about 74 degrees. It is warm, though, still, so while we're continuing to cool off, it's still hot in some areas. 95 out into Lancaster right now, 93 in Palmdale, and you can see some of that spotty shower activity still kind of right around that Grapevine. So if you're headed up through Frazier Park and Gorman, you're going to encounter some cloudy skies and maybe a couple sprinkles. For now, we're looking at 82 in Los Angeles, 80 in Fullerton, and 86 out into Chino Hills, but Santa Clarita, Woodland Hills warming up pretty quickly at about 88. So this high is beginning to weaken, and that will continue on through tomorrow. It's going to help cool us off a little bit, and you can see we still have a whole lot of monsoonal activity just out to the east of us, and so it's common for us to see some of that here and for it to sneak its way in during these summer months. So there are more chances for that in the forecast. Los Angeles and Orange County, we're going to be in the low 80s through Saturday. And then as we head into Sunday next week, we start to see a bump up in temperatures. So a couple changes next week. It's going to be warmer, and then it's going to start to feel muggy again with partly cloudy skies. We're going to deal with some more of that monsoonal moisture heading our way, and temperatures are going to be rising to the mid 80s. For the valleys in the Inland Empire, we are in the low 90s today. By tomorrow, we'll see some more upper 80s out there, cooling off a bit more. Closer to normal for this time of year through Friday. And then we start to see warmer weather through the weekend with mid-90s and then upper 90s return next week. So getting up to about 98 degrees. It's going to be feeling warmer as we head into next Monday. Beach communities 74 today. We stay in the low 70s through the end of the week and the weekend. And then as we head into next week, we get to some mid 70s. For the mountains, 82 today, a little cooler. And we stay in the low 80s, but we start to see that monsoonal moisture make its way in again as we head into next week. So 20% chance for some more thunderstorms Sunday through Tuesday, maybe even as early as Saturday. We'll keep an eye on it for you. High desert 98, gusts up to 40 today. Elevated fire danger still with these winds out there for the Antelope Valley. Some very warm temperatures. And then as we head into next week, we do see those triple digits returning pretty quickly, getting up to 104 degrees on Monday with more chances for some more thunderstorms. Back to you, Joanna.
Thanks, Brianna. Can you believe this?